down the neon street tonight. Everything is shining, feeling so right. We don't need a map to find our way. Spinning in the starlight, we'll never stop. Dancing all night, taking it to the top. This is our world, let's live it loud.
Kosher pickle you got there, Max. I'm gonna keep this short.
Spinning in the starlight, we'll never stop. Dancing all night, taking it to the top. This is our world, let's live it loud.
Hey everybody, welcome to the All Elite Heat podcast. I am here with Mr. Maddog Kelly. Say what's up to the people.
Hi there! Again.
What's that say or not? And of course, Bobby Steele. Say what's up. Bobby,
yo guys, how's it going?
Beavers. What's that shirt?
So what?
Your shirt says Beavers. Is that like a team?
No, it's Buc-ee's. Have you ever heard? It's a well-known gas station.
Yep.
It's a well-known gas station down in Tennessee, Texas.
Yep.
Well, it started in Texas, and it's the I like to call it the adult version of Disney World. It's a well-known popular. Yeah,
That's funny.
My dog knows what. My dog knows what Buc-ee's is.
I've never been the one, but I do know what the Buc-ee's is. Yes, Bobby, I do know.
Oh wow, I've gotta make my way down south and handle one of those. Speaking of the South, AEW was they were in Tennessee tonight, Nashville.
They were actually in Tennessee. How about that? That's crazy.
We start the show off. We did see Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. They were kind of face to face with each other talking because they're going to be teaming together in the main event later this evening. And then you saw John Moxley kind of roll up on them. It was a little bit of an awkward moment. This goes right into the first match of the night. We got Darby Allin versus Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight is defending the TNT Championship. Hello, friends. Hi, Cactus Katie. We have an Orlando trip to book soon. Oh, I know. Trust me. I know, Cactus Katie. We're going to book it 100%. And before we could even get the match started, Kevin Knight, he was making his entrance, and Darby Allin, as he does, he just pounces from out of nowhere. He basically lands on him and attacks him kind of on the ramp, and then he kind of there's like a steel plate kind of thing, and Kevin Knight is able to kind of catapult Darby through it. Basically, they're fighting. Eventually they're able to make it into the ring. The bell goes, and then that was the match. So Kevin Knight did retain his title. We know that he's going to be facing Omega later at Redemption. What's up, Jeffrey? For the world title, so he has the opportunity to be a double champion. But yeah, what do you guys think?
That was the first match on the card tonight, the TNT title match, Darby against Kevin Knight. It was a good match, solid match back and forth. I kind of knew Kevin Knight was going to retain there.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? I gotta throw this out. AEW, I gotta say it because nobody else has said it. I said it on Raw. Because I guess host over there on Monday night. I did NXT last night. I said it over there. And now I get to say it over here officially, so Sheriff can clip this later on. AEW has been cooking right now with everything they've been doing. And I'm all for it. While SummerSlam has me pretty much bored to sleep for 2 days. I'm glad I'm not... I'm glad I'm not on the SummerSlam prediction show. Now look, I will say once again, NXT, I told you guys before the show, NXT is my favorite, and they are currently number one right now. They're in a league of their own. But AEW right now has I hope that flush wasn't for NXT, because NXT's been fire.
That flush was 100% for NXT, okay?
Wrong. wrong. WWE hater over there. Oh. Anyway, no. Look, I have to say this match was really good. I knew Kevin was going to retain. It's great to see Darby back on TV. It really is. You know, I missed him for a long time, and it's great to see him back. So I'm happy about that. Yeah.
And so, speaking of champions, we do know that Knight retained. Another champion, Kyle Fletcher, he comes out with Okada because they're going to have a match next. There was a little bit of a weird tension between the two champions, Fletcher and Kevin Knight. They kind of stare each other down. We know that they work together a little bit.
I know. Yeah. I was going to say, Sheriff, piggyback off just what you just said. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, are we going to start to see a little friction again within the Don Callis family with this time with Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher? I don't know. Is this going to lead to something? I don't know. But, yeah, to piggyback off of that, they came out getting ready for their tag match against Bandino and Brody King.
Brodito, yes. And we did get to see Renee Paquette talk a little bit to
actually the remarkable Renee Paquette. Continue.
That's key. Remarkable Renee Paquette.
There you
go. Get to talk a little bit to the Don Callis family because Mark Davis, he has a thing going on with Andrade El Idolo, and he tells him if he wants him to put his title on the line this Sunday, which is the pay-per-view Redemption. He says, you've got to scrape yourself off the pavement where he left you, because he did do a little bit of a beat down on Andrade. Kevin Knight also, he is a champion. He also has a match at Redemption, which you mentioned earlier. He's going to be facing Kenny for the world title. He wants to become Jet 2 belts. That's what he says. He wants to be Jet 2 belts at Redemption. And he says that he broke Darby Allin's record for because he defended the TNT Championship, and that was the record for how many times it's been defended, and that was something that a record that Kyle Fletcher actually once held. So I think that's probably why there's been some weird tension between the two. And this it kind of continued, they stepped kind of they stepped kind of in each other's face, and he basically wanted to because in his match next, he didn't want Kevin Knight to really be anywhere near what they had going on. So he basically says he doesn't want him to he wants him to be banned from ringside for this next match because he doesn't want him to. I don't think it really ended up mattering because, spoiler alert, Brodito won. We did see Brodito and Brody King. Bandito, and Brody King take on Kyle Fletcher and Okada. And the former tag team champions actually did end up beating them. Ain't gonna be around long if this group keeps fighting. Yeah, it's very it's giving that has a good handle of effect. Oh, I'm trying. Listen.
Yeah, Jeffrey, you got a point there.
Thank you.
That's true.
This is true. It's a lot going on with the Don Callis family. I was trying to keep Kevin Knight is not really a member. I was trying to keep. I'm like, well, he doesn't really want him at ringside, but I'm like, why would Kevin Knight be at ringside? He's not. Why would he? He's not in the Don Callis family, so you don't have to worry. But I guess he did kind of expect that.
Associated with them. I think the word's associated, right? I think that's what's going on, right?
But maybe his thoughts were not unfounded, because we did see a former Don Callis member / associate come out after the fact. We saw Andrade kind of come in, because we do know that the family doesn't take well to losing. So after the fact, they tried to do a bit of a beatdown on Bandito, and then we saw Andrade El Idolo come in to make the save. And so I think that says to us that he will be facing Mark Davis at the pay-per-view. But what say you guys? Kyle's championship. Yeah, 100%. Because we know Okada.
Maddog, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yeah, no. Okay, sure. Here's the whole thing. This storyline intrigues me a lot, and honestly, it's crazy that Andrade, right? Let's just talk about him for a minute, right? He went to AEW, did some big things over there for a little bit. Then he went to WWE. They did absolutely nothing with him. He leaves WWE, and then they insert him back into AEW and put him into this prominent storyline with the Don Callis family. I honestly think it's brilliant. I think it really is good storytelling. Honestly, it's not putting me to sleep. You know, I told you guys earlier, I also be a broken record all night about this. The other promotion, WWE, has been putting me to sleep. SmackDown Raw have been terrible last couple of weeks. So I gotta say, I love this story. I thought the match was great. I'm happy that Brody and Bandito won the match. And yeah, I think, like you said, the cracks are showing within the Don Callis family. It's going to break up at some point. It's going to implode, and something big's going to happen, and we're going to have this big fight. Maybe at All In. I don't know, but I'm excited for it.
Bobby?
Yeah, this was a really good tag team match back and forth. I knew Brody King and Bandito was going to pick up the win here. Afterwards, looked like there was Kyle Fletcher really got on Okada there after the match. Gave him he was really chewing him out because they lost the match, and some members of the family had to ease their attention a little bit, like, whoa, calm down. Let's cool our heads here, guys.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it.
Cooler heads will never prevail, I guess, with the Don Callis family. So the Don Callis family, they brag a lot about all the titles that they have in there. We have another title actually being defended at Redemption. That's Thekla, the AEW Women's World Champion. So she's going to be defending against Willow Nightingale. We had Mick Foley kind of come out and do a bit of an interview with them.
Actually, Sheriff, I hate to interrupt, my dear, but you did miss one of the best things on tonight's show. How dare you skip this? This is why I have to. This is my week, and I am here. Thank goodness you skipped the video package we had between the one and only Chris Jericho
the
and Tommaso Ciampa.
The Painmaker one?
Yes.
Do vaguely remember
back,
that?
Sheriff. He's back. Bobby
I
knows
skipped
this.
it. I
He's
skipped
back.
it because you're here. I skipped it because you're here.
No, and that's why I had to go back to it because come on.
All right.
Okay, fine.
All right. I want to discuss this video package right quick. And I did watch New Japan Pro Wrestling the time that Chris Jericho was in there, and he had a Painmaker gimmick going on when he was feuding with Kenny Omega in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's a whole different side of Chris Jericho. I'm telling you, it's really great. I'm telling you, for those UPR followers out that are following us currently through and through, go back and watch some of Jericho's matches in New Japan Pro Wrestling when he had a Painmaker gimmick. I'm telling you, it was really, really awesome.
To be fair, that is true, Bobby. Although I agree with Jeffrey. Until you mentioned it, I forgot that Painmaker thing even happened. But then I was like, oh, wait. They did show the Painmaker video back. I forgot about that.
They did.
Okay, Maddog.
I can't believe this.
You got your 5 seconds of Ayatollah of rock and roll.
I did.
You got your Judas in your mind. Okay.
I did.
And so
Painmaker does not open with that. So just so you know, Painmaker does not open the Judas. Only Chris Jericho opens the Judas. Painmaker has his own theme song and his own kind of world.
His Fozzy song?
You'll see Sunday. You'll see on Sunday.
Okay, yeah. He's not coming out to break the walls down. I know that much.
No.
So
that's never happening. By the way, the WWE tried, Sheriff, and they couldn't land them. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can buy the rights to break the walls down. Tony Khan, open your book. We can do it. Yeah. Right. Do it for Maddog. And so now we got So now we can go into the. So Mick Foley was interviewing the champion Thekla, her challenger Willow Nightingale. Mick Foley actually is rooting for Willow. He says he sees a lot of himself in Willow. Willow says she's seen Mick do some pretty disturbing things in the ring, some pretty crazy things in the ring. She would love to do all of that to Thekla. Thekla, obviously, she's the champion, been the champion. She's confident. She says that she feels like Willow is a bit fake. Feels like she's wearing a mask. She feels like there's some poison deep inside. She'd love to beat the poison out of her, reveal to us the real Willow. So they just basically had some stiff words. Of course, Thekla loves her. She loves to say dumb bitch. So of course she's like, she's a dumb bitch. That's what she says. She's a dumb bitch. It just is, right? And then it's funny because you would think that would send Willow off, but really it was Thekla that ended up smacking Willow. That didn't matter. Willow gets up, she pounces on Thekla, she gets the better of her, sends her scurrying out the ring, and so that's the last that we see of them until Sunday. It kind of looks as if Willow got the better of her in this exchange going into the pay-per-view, which I always say leads me to believe she's losing. But what AEW really doesn't adhere to that. So actually, never mind. I was gonna give a prediction, but our prediction show is tomorrow at 6:30. Me and Bobby Steele. So I'll hold off on that. Any words, Maddog?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
yes.
will.
I'm gonna hold off on my predictions.
I will, because I'm not going to be on that show. Thekla's retaining. But I will say, if Willow wins, then they can run a certain Bobby's favorite person in the world, a certain CEO, maybe, champion. But
don't say it. Don't say it. No, don't.
Mercedes Monet. I said it. I did say it. Gets to challenge that champion. At all ends. So, could they run it Willow and her? Absolutely. But I do think it will be Thekla and Mercedes, honestly. So that's just how I feel about that. Anyway, but
I guess
no,
I guess we can because I don't want Bobby to kind of spoil his thoughts there. So,
no,
but
that's fine.
We do have another women's match on that card. So the TBS Championship, we know, is held by Hikaru Shida. She's going to be defending against Maya World, who's had a lot of momentum recently. And she did really, really well in Owen. She did lose to Mercedes, but she advanced pretty far into the tournament, to the finals. So she's going to be challenging for a singles title. I think this is her first time challenging for a singles title, unless you count the Owen, which is not really that. So we'll see what's going to happen with that Sunday. We had a short package for that before the Bang Bang Gang came out for their match, right?
They're teaming up on Collision, though, right? Before we continue, I think they said something about some sort of match on Saturday with the two of them or something. So some sort of tag match, right?
That is exactly.
I could be wrong, but I think okay, all right.
They said they're basically gonna put the dog on a chain, something like that. That's what they said they want to do.
Okay.
And so, but
No, like no.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say after the Bang Bang Gang had their match, they were attacked by the Dolls, Clark Connors and Dave Finlay.
David Finlay, yeah.
Yeah, David Finlay, yeah. And then afterwards, backstage, the Bang Bang Gang was throwing out a challenge for Redemption against Clark Connors and David Finlay in a double. It was a tag team. It was a double dog collar tag team match, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they said. Like
the
chain, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And so that was happening after this. So this was a singles match. So you had one member representing from each side. So you had Clark Connors for the Dogs, and then you had Jay White, Switchblade Jay White. So he was for the Bang Bang Gang, and we know Jay White recently returned from injury. Happy to see him back. He's one of my faves, actually. Before we saw him, before he got injured, he was actually in the world title picture. So hopefully he can build some momentum and get back there. He was very much a fan favorite here in the arena. He's still very much over. So everybody was cheering for him throughout. Jay White He did get the win. I mean, obviously, as you do, Connors was a bit of a sore loser. As Bobby mentioned, the David Finlay also came out and they were attacking, and then obviously Bang Bang Gang came to make the save, and you'll see them kind of do a formal challenge against each other later on in the night. But any words, guys?
Yeah. This Bobby, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. Jay White is a very underrated talent. I feel at times he doesn't give enough credit. The guy's really great in the ring. Clark Connors, he ain't no scrub either. He ain't no pushover. The guy can go too. They both had a great chemistry in the ring, and so I thought this was a good match.
See,
I agree. I think the match was good, but Sheriff knows where I'm going with this. Jay White is a bum, and she knows it, and everybody else on the channel knows it. You know how I feel about Jay White. I cannot believe this bum, just like my former hero Sami Zayn is now a big bum baby. Jay White is also a big bum baby, him and Hangman Page, but I digress. But honestly, the match was good. The match was good.
Maddog, you do realize Jay White is a former New Japan IWGP heavyweight champion,
that
right?
Shit, Bobby. Let's go.
You are aware of this, right?
Yes.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I believe John Moxley also held that title, so twice, I think. No, wait, maybe 3 times.
John Moxley's great.
I mean, John Moxley is, Jay White is not. So.
She's a black ninja! You can see her in the night.
I got a heated discussion.
What are we doing?
Maddog Kelly. Jay White. Jay White is amazing. You are 100%.
He's a bum.
I do know
other people
that
agree
the guy
with me.
Just made sure that we stopped the show for the 50th.
I can't believe he came back.
Did not just tell me that Jay White is garbage. You're out of your mind.
He is. He absolutely is trash. Yeah.
Jay White, Mog's your fave.
I stand by this. I stand by this. This is a fact.
Jay White, Mog's your fave. Jay White is a
savant.
Jay White is a savant.
Adam Cole's not back. Adam Cole's still injured, supposedly. I'm not never coming back. He's not supposedly fired or retired from AEW. But
you do know that he actually did have a career-ending injury. Adam Cole did. Adam Cole did have.
No, I know that, but where's he been? Supposedly he got cleared, then he didn't get cleared. Now he's not cleared. Bring him back already, man.
I don't know. Why don't you ask his HIPAA laws? Why are you trying to be his nurse? What are we talking about?
I'm not. I'm just saying, if the man's clear, come back already. I mean,
how do we get from anyways? Jay White is great. You're incorrect. Moving on.
No, he's a bum. Moving on. Good match, though. Good match.
Jay White is great. We got Adam Copeland, not Adam Cole. We were talking about Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, the tag team champions. Speaking of Bang Bang Gang, right? They are in cahoots now with the Bang Bang Gang, so they are challenging Pac and Claudio Castagnoli.
Hi, Charmaine. Jay White is trash. See, even Charmaine agrees with me, Sheriff. I love this.
Cool, agree with me, Jay White. Big Daddy Cool is a Big Daddy hater. Of course, he agrees with you, Jay White. That he's Jay White. He sucked. Charmaine.
I disagree with her statements on Chris Jericho. I know. Charmaine doesn't like Jericho, but at least we're on the same page about Jay White.
But yeah, afterwards backstage we had Adam Copeland and Christian Cage backstage talking about their tag team title match at Redemption against the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. And not even a few minutes in, Pac and Claudio attacked them and gave them a beatdown.
They're going to defend their titles against Pac and Claudio on Sunday. So.
Yep.
And
I have
so
to level with you guys because I'm not going to be on the show tomorrow, right? I'm not doing it. I have to level with you guys right now. I want Cage and Copeland to retain. Excuse me there, but I feel like Death Riders are going to win because I feel like the Death Riders are going to start getting all the gold. That's how I feel like, and I feel like the Death Riders
again,
have to have the gold for all the storyline to continue. Maybe I'm wrong, and I know you guys will, have it tomorrow, and all.
I
No,
won't
you guys don't
confirm
have
or
to say anything
deny if I
now,
agree
but
with you.
you know, that's how I feel about this whole thing. But that's just me. Anyway, yeah,
I will
it
not
was a good
confirm or
segment, though.
deny. I will not confirm or deny if I agree with you. Speaking of tag teams, actually, so this was essentially this was a no disqualification match, and this is for the women's World Tag Team Championship. Which can I say, I really really love the reign that Divine Dominion has had. I resent the fact that they've been on the pre-show or defending on TV because their matches have been really really fun, really creative, especially the one they had with Maya World and that other girl they were teaming with that was in the pre-show. I understand why that was in the pre-show because the Maya World girl and them, they were basically, I know, I understand that. But Divine Dominion, they should give them more. They're a great team, and I've really enjoyed their matches. This one here was no different. This might be my favorite women's championship match that they've had of this entire reign. This was really fun. We had Divine Dominion and Sisters of Sin, that's Julia Hart, Sky Blue, right? And it's Divine Dominion, that's Lena Cross, Megan Bain, obviously. And so they did defend the World Tag Team Championship. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this was a no holds barred match, right? Tonight
it was just no DQ. The Sisters of Sin came out
no
because
DQ,
they have Stardom belts now. I loved their look for their entrance. Like those belts were really pretty. They made their outfits to match each of the belts because they were different colors. This was I really liked their entrance. And then for the Divine Dominion entrance, they had like soccer, no, it's not soccer. They had hockey jerseys like with their branding, but they didn't really get to make much of an entrance because when they turned around like in front of the ring, like the Sisters of Sin took the kendo sticks and like put it against their neck and just basically started choking them. So then the match started. They were off to the races. This was very much hardcore, but tasteful hardcore. They used the weapons in a way to tell a story. That spot they did where they put the chair on the side of the apron and then they just dropped Julia Hart's face into the chair. Like they were really creative in this match, and that was a wild spot. Like that had me gagged. Like Divine Dominion are a great tag. I agree. What happened to the girl? She had the manager Vicky. What happened to her? Vicky Guerrero. Oh, was that? Oh, I know who you're talking about. I think I know who you're talking about. Julia hit Sky Blue with Screwdriver. They were doing all kinds of stuff. This is a fun match. Like I said, Divine Dominion did retain, but there's the tag team division in the women's division is really really strong. A lot of people were questioning if they would have enough teams. I always said they have it, and I still want to see more of Anna Jay and Tay Mello, formerly Tay Conti. But yeah, what do you guys say about this match here?
I thought this was the match of the night. Really, I'm not surprised that Divine Dominion.
100%.
I'm not surprised that Divine Dominion retained the belts. So I do think Julia Hart and Sky Blue are a pretty good tag team, the Sisters of Sin. So, but I'm not surprised that Divine Dominion retained tonight.
Yeah, I agree. This was match of the night. I did like the main event, but this was really fun. What about you, Mad Dog?
Right, so here's the thing. I love them. I love Megan Bain. I love Lee. I think it's Leonie Cross. I think is I saying that. I could be. I might be botching it. Jeffrey, if I'm botching the name, I apologize. I'm not good with names. But I love these girls. It really sucks because Tony Khan has a great women's tag division, and these girls, these women, are just such ass kickers. It's great. And like you said, they're getting slapped on pre-shows and Collision every week. And they're holding down Collision, but nobody, I hate to say it, Sharp, nobody watches Collision I don't even anymore. You know, so the fact that they have one, like you said, one of their best, if not their best match on Dynamite tonight is an impressive feature for both of them. And honestly, it just shows why they deserve a spot on All In. They really do. Those belts, if they're still, and I still think they'll be champion by then. I think they deserve a spot on the card for sure.
Agreed, yeah. And
as for Sky and Julia, yeah, they're pretty good. They work together well, but they had some tension with one another tonight. So you did see that. Yeah.
And we know that it's sooner or later Thecla's got to lose that belt. So and we know that they're the Triangle of Madness. So we might see the downfall of that trio soon. We might see some cracks start to show. But they have really good chemistry with each other. Also, Sky Blue and Julia Hart, they're still very, very young. They've been in AEW since the beginning, and they've developed really nicely. So that'll be interesting. We kind of already talked about the Bang Bang Gang. They're gonna face. They're gonna face. I guess you could say they're gonna have the match with the Dogs at Redemption. That was the segment that we spoke about, them challenging them. So that we can go past that right into the main event, Death Riders, Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay specifically, taking on Kenny Omega, taking on the Don Callis family, Brian Cage, Hechicero, and Jake Doyle specifically. Sorry,
Sheriff, you missed something. You missed something.
I did?
You missed something during it. Yes, you did. Champion of the world! The greatest of all goddamn time, the god of professional wrestling, Kenny Omega, AEW champion.
Why did I think you were being serious? You know what?
No, I am serious. I fucking love Kenny Omega. I'm sorry for the French tonight, but I think he's great. I think he's the best thing since he's been EVP on AEW. I mean, look, I even had the Kenny Omega shirt. By the way, my mom threw that out. It was too old, so she threw that shirt out. But I got a new one, actually. I didn't wear it tonight, wore a Sting, but no, it doesn't matter. I love Kenny Omega, and he's champion, and you forgot that. So there you go. Okay, now I'm done. I
love Kenny too. So fair. I will let you know what, actually. I will give you a thank you for your service there. Kenny really appreciates it, and when he sees this, I'm sure he'll be very appreciative.
Kenny Omega, by the way, which is actually not true because he actually is still EVP backstage. Believe it or not, he still does shit backstage, which is kind of crazy.
Well, he still has EVP title. He still has the EVP title. They all do.
Right.
They all do.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I say they all. I mean, the Elite still does. Yeah.
And it's funny because MJF actually fought. Real quick, fun story from back with Maddog. MJF actually, believe it or not, to actually fight Kenny Omega and to have this match, believe it or not, and was persistent to actually drop the belt to Kenny Omega. So MJF actually was willing, from what I've read online from the sources, they do claim that MJF was willing to give the title up to Kenny. So yeah, it's very interesting stuff.
I think that was his idea, yeah. And I think originally they were supposed to do it at Redemption, but he wanted to do it on TV.
Right.
I wonder why that is. What happened to Nyla Rose? Great question. That is who you were talking about. I was thinking about that recently. I have no clue.
Still what they do? I don't even know.
But
it's funny because Julia has already had one. Julia was TNT champion before, so the TBS champion, I should say.
You guys to continue.
Oh, speaking of Kenny Omega, they did win. They won by pinfall. I forget. I think it was Hechicero that they basically lined up and they were able to get the win over them. What was really the send-off was the post-match. So what happened after is that Omega, they just won the match. He goes to shake Moxley's hand, Moxley is really only friends with Will. He's not friends with Kenny. There's still bad blood there. So John doesn't want to shake his hand. He basically gives him like the cold shoulder.
So there was a sorry, Sheriff, to piggyback that. There was a moment in the match where Kenny Omega was going for the V trigger. Moxley was holding the CMLL World Heavyweight Champion. As Kenny was going for V trigger.
I think it's
he moved out of the way and accidentally hit Moxley. Hence why after the match, Moxley was upset with Kenny Omega.
Essentially, because they had the miscommunication during the match. Because they're not actually partners. Really, only Moxley and Ospreay are. And we know that, for better or worse, who doesn't want to be world champion? Of course, Moxley would want to be world champion. So there's just going to be bad blood there, just out of competitiveness. And, Ospreay doesn't want to see that. So he kind of gets between them, but Kenny like shoves him out the way. And that creates like a very tense, this was a very tense, like back and forth, like face match with Will and Kenny. Like they were kind of yelling each other's face, which I really liked. And that actually got me more excited for the match, because before they were kind of like trying to be friendly, trying to be respectful, but you could tell that they were really like there was some real like tempers flaring here. The Young Bucks come down as they do, because
actually, once again, I hate to interrupt, Char, the greatest tag team of all time and former world tag team champions twice of AEW. Former also EVP still of the company, the Young Bucks. Calm down. Okay, and then I have to jump
with all due respect now, that's pushing it a little bit there when you're considering the Young Bucks as perhaps the absolute greatest tag team of all time. That's pushing it, man.
I will say that
there's been some. My statement.
I don't think they're the. I think the Hardy Boys are the greatest, but I think the Young Bucks are up there.
They're top 5. They're definitely top.
I would say top 5.
No.
I agree. Oh, Bobby, they're top 5 for sure.
They're top 10 for me. They are top 10 for me. I'm sorry.
Fair.
Nope.
They're not for everybody.
I can't name 9 tag teams that have done more than the Young Bucks. I just can't.
They've done a lot. I know that.
I can.
We gotta do that show one day.
We can actually. We will. I'll help plan.
We'll do a. So UPR followers that are following us, we'll do a little segment, very special top 10 or top 5 favorite tag team shows of all times. We'll do something for that for you guys down the road. Be sure to keep an eye out for that. But I could debate with you guys all day with as far as greatest tag teams of all time. So I don't know if you guys want to go there with me, but
down the road.
But I'll be more than glad to debate y'all on that.
Charmaine, it's the Dynamite Diamond Ring. It's the one that he won like 5 years in a row in the tournament. That he wears on his pinky. Yeah. Do you think John Moxley's not going? And who's Moxley? He's not going back to WWE.
Actually, Sheriff, spoiler alert. I found this out from our very own dear Cactus Katie. Also spoiler alert, because I know EC's gonna watch this back. Chris is probably gonna watch the show back. I was on Raw the other night. Spoiler alert! I was on the Raw review show. Please watch it back. And Cactus Katie mentioned something very interesting, Church. She said that Jon Moxley has 1 year left with AEW, and that WWE is actively showing and pushing Shield's content again.
Congratulations.
Come on.
Not going back to WWE.
Bring Dean back, baby. Bring Dean back, baby.
I haven't even heard that. No one even says Dean Ambrose. I haven't heard that name in years.
Dean, bro. And
y'all are gonna have egg on your face, just like when y'all thought y'all were getting Chris Jericho. You're not getting no Chris Jericho. You're getting
okay.
You're getting Logan Paul, and you're
the
getting
dirt
that
sheets
money.
were wrong. All right, the dirt sheets were wrong on that one. Fine, but when it comes to Dean freaking Ambrose, we're getting him. But now, because Roman and Seth, time is ticking on retirement, and they want to do a Shield reunion. Money talks.
Okay, but it's not about what they want. Moxley has made it clear. Moxley left the E before AEW was even a thing. He made it clear he's done with that bullshit. He's not going
I don't
back.
know, man. Money talk.
All your little Shield dreams.
I would
Listen,
say that, but then
I don't want to
again,
break your
look how
heart, Maddog.
many
All your little
CM
Shield
Punk,
dreams are not coming true.
CM Punk came back to WWE. That's
I
gotta say.
You do realize.
I gotta say. And he's undisputed champion, fucking the main event in that SummerSlam. I cannot believe that.
You do
So
realize
boring.
that happened because he got fired from AEW.
Okay, and you're not saying Moxley can't just
Moxley's
go back
not getting fired from AEW.
I never say he's getting fired, but he can go back. Money talks, man.
If you have actual options, which CM Punk did not, you stay in AEW. CM Punk didn't have an option.
I don't know about that.
Sheriff. Punk. I don't think Punk got fired from AEW.
No,
I think it was. I think it was
true
because of.
Punk. That was true about Punk. Punk didn't want to go back to that. He came back to AEW first because he didn't want to go back to WWE. He got fired from AEW. He couldn't be here anymore. There was no. He didn't have an option.
No, it was.
Go?
No. The
CM
Punk thing was because what went down with Hangman and the Young Bucks going into business from themselves, talking about Colt Cabana and
fired because he attacked Jack Perry. That is like literally what happened. And by the way, I do not like. It was a lot. Punk got fired because he attacked Jack Perry. That is literally what happened.
No, there's more to it. There was more to it. What you're saying? There's a lot. There was a lot more that happened.
It's really as simple as keep your hands to yourself. It's really as simple as keep your hands to yourself.
Video I've seen on it. Yeah, there's a lot more shit that goes down than what we currently know.
The moral of the story is keep your hands.
Maddog's right.
The moral of the story is keep your hands to yourself.
I'm telling you right now, though, Moxley is coming home, baby. Bring the flowers to the Shield.
He's already home.
I will be buying that shit day one.
You're gonna hate to listen, Mad Dog. You're gonna hate to hear this. John Moxley is not a WWE guy. John Moxley's an AEW guy.
Yes, Cody. And they said that about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is fighting.
No, Cody Rhodes was never. Cody Rhodes was never an AEW guy. Cody Rhodes was never an AEW guy.
Well, hold on. Now, Sheriff. Cody,
started the
Young Bucks.
That's not what it means.
Cody.
That's not what it means to be an AEW guy. Like MJF is an AEW.
Yeah, but originally who started? It was the Elite guys. Cody, the Young Bucks, and Hangman. All of them started. And Tony Khan. Kenny Omega. Tony Khan had help. Tony Khan, with his money, helped funded AEW. But really, it was the Elite guys, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Hangman on Page that helped really kickstart all Elite wrestling.
And Tony Khan, yeah. I'm not saying Cody didn't start AEW. I'm saying that Cody was never. When people saw Cody, they saw him as a WWE guy.
We got a message from
Cody screwed Cody, Sheriff. That's what happened. Cody said, I can't go for the world title of my own company. So he screwed himself. So he had to leave AEW to go finish the freaking story in WWE. I have the hat right there, actually. I have Cody Rhodes hat right here. And him finishing the story.
Hats.
In fact. Yeah, I actually do have a hat. I think I do have a Cody Rhodes hat.
American Nightmare hat.
Yes, ma'am.
Number one, Charmaine won. I have no desire to watch SummerSlam, but maybe we'll see. Number two, Mad Dog, you said that
it looks so boring. SummerSlam looks boring. I'll give it that. But two former AEW guys are main eventing SummerSlam. So how about that? Night one. Cody Rhodes.
I mean, y'all should be thinking. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Cody was always going back to WWE. You know that, right? He was always gonna go back.
Maybe, but it was iffy for a while. I'm telling you, he shot himself in the foot because he said, "I'm not going to challenge
He
for
did.
my belt, and
He
that's
was
my
trying to.
company."
Cody was trying to appease
So
bad faith
that
actors, and
screwed
that was a
him.
Hold
mistake.
He
on.
became
And
TNT
by the way,
champion
I
like
was on
5
UPR at the
times.
time. I was on UPR at the time, and I said, because
I
Cody
remember
was
that.
I still like Cody. Cody was my favorite at the time. Cody at the time was the most over
It's the
babyface
most I
in
have
the wrestling
merchandise.
business. Him saying that he couldn't challenge for the world title was ridiculous. In reality, he should have been the one to take the title off Chris Jericho. He should have won. Cody was absolutely, but he was trying to
when
appease bad faith actors.
ho-
Cody,
I
that was
agree.
a mistake.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I got to chime in on this right quick. I got to chime in on
Please.
this. When Cody
Oh,
left
yeah, go for it.
WWE the first time, he couldn't stay there in WWE the first time that he was there originally.
Mhm.
He had to make a name for himself in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in Ring of Honor, and he did that. Vince McMahon himself
Yep.
took his own jet. He was
Yep.
the only one that flew to Cody's home and pitched him the idea to come back to WWE. So it was literally Vince McMahon himself that did that.
Yeah, because
Because
Cody,
he saw
the
he saw Cody Rhodes really make a name for himself outside of WWE in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in Ring of Honor.
and in AEW.
And Vince saw one more thing,
And
Bobby.
mind you,
Fucking dollar signs, like my hat right here. You know what I mean? That Cody Rhodes is the number, besides Danhausen, our favorite. Also, Sheriff, who
Yeah.
AEW, screwed up with, and now WWE gave him a blimp
AEW
on
didn't
Saturday
screw up
night.
with Danhausen. That's not true. AEW didn't screw up with Danhausen. That's not true.
They
AEW
they
didn't
screwed up with Danhausen, and you know that you have to admit that they screwed up, and
It's not
WWE's
true. I
finally
don't have to
making a
admit
name.
something that's false. They did not screw it with Danhausen. That's
What
not true.
they screwed up with Danhausen?
Oh wait,
I
okay.
know it.
So
Bobby
Maddog,
knows
how
it.
did they screw it with Danhausen?
They barely used them.
Oh, so you
And
don't
when they
realize
did, they
that
made him look
actually
like a clown.
what actually happened is Danhausen was injured for 99% of his AEW run. That's what actually happened. So the revisionist history,
And they still never used them.
Revisionist history. Oh, wow! You didn't use the injured guy. Look at the level of discourse in wrestling. Anyway, let's go back to the. Let's finish the
his gimmick. The gimmick has been selling with this whole thing with our favorite basketball team, the Knicks, the Nickhausen, by the way. That's a real thing.
Danhausen is a wrestler.
Okay.
AEW is a
And
wrestling company. Danhausen could not wrestle. What were we supposed to? Anyway,
okay, then why was Danhausen? Whoa. If Danhausen could wrestle, why was he on main event? And why is he having a match at SummerSlam?
I didn't say Danhausen can't wrestle. He was injured.
You just said that.
He couldn't wrestle.
Okay,
He was injured.
Okay.
That's not the
but
same.
They still could have used his gimmick.
Maddog,
They
you're
didn't
bad
use the
faith
gimmick,
now.
right?
I would say I'm not saying he doesn't have
is
the
show
ability
me
to
shit,
wrestle.
right?
I'm saying
they
that
know how to use the gimmick.
Oh,
That's
Maddog,
why
you lost
Danhausen's
me.
big.
Oh, Maddog, you lost me.
I am fair
you
enough.
lost me.
Fair
You're
enough.
being
But
I'm saying he was injured.
Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Charmaine. Look,
you would
no.
I see you put that up there because you want to feel you. I saying he was injured. That's not the same thing. I see.
All right, going back to this whole thing, I will say, bring it.
Absolutely no.
Wrapping this up so we can move on, get out of here. Bring Dean home. That's all I gotta say. Bring Dean home.
Anyways,
the ending was that eventually there was a brawl because the Young Bucks came out and they basically they were shoving Moxley because Moxley was going in on Kenny. That's their guy. There was a big brawl pull apart. Kevin Knight comes out. That's Omega's opponent on Sunday. He basically takes out Omega, stands on top of him, and then with the title, and he's jet 2 belts for like 2 seconds because he's holding up the TNT Championship, the World Championship. Fade to black. That's the episode. Yeah.
All in all, guys, on this go home show of AEW on this go home episode of AEW Dynamite before Redemption this Sunday, what grade would you give the show? Maddog, I'll start with you, and then Sheriff, you'll go.
I may, I'm going to actually say, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be completely, brutally honest. I enjoyed this card top to bottom, everything that happened. Um, I'm going to give it a solid A minus. I'm going strong on this one. This is one of the best Dynamites I've seen in a very long time. Honestly, everything was pretty much flawless. I think the only other one, and I think I actually reviewed with you guys a couple weeks ago, was Beach Break. I think that's what it was called. Was also a top tier show. But this tonight is definitely one of my favorite Dynamites. In a long time. So see, Sheriff, I can be nice about AEW sometimes. I said in the beginning of the show, AEW's cooking over the E. So there you go. I mean, come on.
Well, Charmaine gave it an
Sheriff.
F. Which, by the way, Charmaine,
Charmaine gave it an F.
Wow, that's strong. I guess you.
Sheriff.
I don't remember asking you, Charmaine, but anyway.
Jeffrey.
This was
Jeffrey commented. He gave it a B. Okay.
Yeah, he gave it.
That's fair. That's fair.
For a go home show, I'm giving
sure.
this, for a go home show, I'm giving this like a A. Like this was a great go home show. If this was like a regular Dynamite, it's like an A plus. I only say A because I really loved that women's tag match, and I just wish we could have got a match built for them on the actual pay-per-view. But that's about it.
They better be on All In. I hope I can do that prediction show with you guys, but I'm telling you, they better be on All In. Bobby, what did you think of tonight? What's your grade?
Or not.
The AEW Women's Tag Team Title match was the match of the night for me, but for this to be the go home show for their pay-per-view this Sunday, I don't know. If you take out that women's tag team title match, this show, to me, I wasn't feeling this show. However, since that tag team title match was on this card, I don't know. Still, something was missing. That oomph wasn't there for me. I don't know. I gotta give this a C.
Bobby, I know what it was missing. I'm going to tell you it was missing, Sheriff. I think you know where I'm going with it. It was missing our CEO.
Yeah.
That's what it was missing, okay? It was missing Mercedes Moné. That's the oomph that we really needed. We didn't get it tonight.
I'm looking for our CEO. Oh, wait, there it is. There you go.
Oh, shit. Wow, we actually
now Bobby, cool. You can bump it up to a B plus now. See?
There we go.
Nah,
she was on our show.
I'm sticking with my grade. I'm giving it a C.
Okay, well, we've got the whole alphabet on here. We've got B, we've got C, we've got A, we've got A minus, and we've got an F.
We even got an F. So
speaking, okay, so F in the chat for my gave the F of Mercedes. Oh yeah, that's true. It would have gone down. Anyways, F in the chat for
oh boy,
for our for this show. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Any closing remarks, guys?
Before we sign off here, I have a card for AEW Collision this Saturday, the day before Redemption. As of right now, it's Hikaru Shida and Tekla against Willow Nightingale and Maya World. This matchup serves as a prelude to Redemption, where Willow challenges Tekla for the women's title, and Maya World wrestles Shida for the TBS title. There's going to be some other stuff going on in Collision this Saturday night with the build towards Redemption this Sunday. So as of right now, that's what's looking like for Collision this Saturday night.
Oh wow, that's really interesting because I think I mentioned it earlier that they were going to have a tag match, and now I guess that's confirmed. So that's really interesting because I mentioned that, and I think you guys got it confused with the other tag match we got. I was talking about this tag match for Collision, which I thought I heard on the show, which now I guess is confirmed. So that's really cool. But before we get out of here, guys, there's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna do the pitch because why not? There's a lot of stuff on UPRW. I want to run it down for all of our followers, all of our fans, all of our great supporters. On Monday nights, which I actually had the honor and the privilege, EC actually does not know about it yet, and he does now if he sees this. It's usually Cactus, Katie, and Z. On the Rated R review show. I had the honor and the privilege to join them this past Monday. They asked me on. I gladly accepted the invitation, and we talked about this boring episode of Raw. But please go check our review out because it was definitely awesome. On Tuesday night, you can catch myself again, by the way, on the NXT review show with the sensational wrestling doll, the sensational Sabrina Estella, and myself, the Maddog Kelly, the news guy. On Wednesday, you can catch these fine folks. Usually it's the sheriff over there and Bobby Steele down there. And I will be joining them every other week. Tonight was my week. Next week, it will be Venomous Vince. Tomorrow night, guys, you have a show. I have to actually help out after we get off. I have to do a couple things backstage, but I'm very excited for you guys. Your first prediction show together. You guys will be doing the Redemption prediction show tomorrow, 6:30. It's gonna be early. So it's actually before my bedtime, so I'll actually be able to watch it, thank God. And then Friday nights, right after SmackDown, I see Sheriff smiling about that one. And then right after SmackDown, 10:15, Venomous Vince and Jeffrey, they call SmackDown right after SmackDown Showdown. It's gonna be an interesting SmackDown this week. So I'm very excited what they always have to say. They always give great commentary over there. And like I said, Vince will be on next week. I will be on the following week. As this AEW trend continues. So that's all we got there. We have stuff on our entertainment site. Please go check UPR Entertainment out. It's YouTube as well. The guys have a couple movie reviews coming out tomorrow, so please check that out. And yeah, that's all I got. You guys have anything else to say before tomorrow night's prediction show?
Sheriff, go ahead.
All I have to say is tune in to the prediction show. You might be surprised, some of the picks. I don't know Bobby's either. I don't know if we have the same predictions, but it seems like my dog has a lot to say. He's going to have predictions as well tomorrow, so you guys will see.
I'm not going to be there. It's you two. Have fun with that.
I said my dog. Wait, not Mad Dog. I said my dog. My actual dog. Because he's next to me, making a lot of noise.
If I had to call it right now, Kenny Omega retains. That's what I'll say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But we're so getting Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay at All In. So hopefully I'll be on that prediction show with you guys. That was actually my special request. But by then I might be joining you guys permanently. So we'll see by then, honestly. By August.
Yeah, that is a possibility, guys. In the future. I don't know if you can hear that.
So
but my real life dog has been making noise at me for a little bit, but that's okay.
Oh, wow.
I will attend to this.
All right,
my dog. Yeah. Guys, I appreciate you, Jeffrey, as always. Appreciate you, Charmaine, even though you gave it an F. I guess it happened. Appreciate the bot that showed up to promote whatever this is, streamboo.org. We will give it a try, Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I had to redeem myself right there. Thank you guys for Redemption. Redeem yourselves. See how I did that? I'm here all week. Anyways, thank you guys. We'll see you all on the flip side. Bye.